In the outside world, technology has evolved, empires have fallen, and the world has moved into the age of AI. But inside the gates of Old Trafford, the year is perpetually 2013. This is the only place on Earth where a man chewing gum and checking his watch is still considered a viable tactical plan for the future. For over a decade, Manchester United hasn't been a football club. It has been a high budget reality show titled The Search for the Next Sir Alex. They have spent billions on players, hired every type of genius manager from the special one to the tactical architect, and yet they remain stuck in a glitch in the matrix. Every season starts with the same cry of, "We are back!" and ends with the same realization that they are actually further away from the top than ever. Is Old Trafford built on a cosmic black hole where gravity only pulls toward the past? Today, we're entering the theater of dreams, specifically the dreams where David Moyes never happened. The Post-Fergie Stress Disorder. In the world of psychology, there is a phenomenon called post-Fergie stress disorder. It is a condition that affects everyone who steps foot into Carrington: managers, players, and especially the fans. The symptoms are clear: an uncontrollable urge to compare every single 5-yard pass to the year 1999, and a belief that any manager who doesn't win a treble by Christmas is a complete fraud. For the last decade, Manchester United has been a club living in a shadow so large it has its own zip code. Sir Alex Ferguson didn't just leave a trophy cabinet. He left a ghost that refuses to go into the light. Every new manager arrives at the theater of dreams only to realize they are actually auditioning for a role that was written for a man who hasn't been in the building for 11 years. They are forced to talk about the United Way, a mythical philosophy that everyone mentions but nobody can actually define. Is it attacking football? Is it playing the youth? Or is it just the magical ability to score in the 94th minute because a Scottish man is chewing his gum aggressively on the touchline? The irony is that United has spent over $1 billion trying to find a replacement for one man's brain. They hire David Moyes because he's the chosen one, then realize he isn't Ferguson. They hire Louis van Gaal for his philosophy, only to find out his philosophy is mostly just making everyone fall asleep. They hire Mourinho to win at all costs, then get upset when the all costs includes burning the house down. Then they hire Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to bring back the vibes, only to realize that vibes don't defend set pieces against Brighton. Finally, they bring in Erik ten Hag, the tactical architect, but the ghost of 2013 is still there, lurking in the corridors, whispered by the legends on Sky Sports who won't stop talking about the good old days. The post-Fergie stress disorder is why the club can't move forward. You can't build a modern skyscraper on top of a crumbling museum while the museum curator is still watching you from the stands. Every mistake is a crisis. Every loss is the end of the world. The pressure doesn't come from the opponents. It comes from the weight of a history that the current squad isn't strong enough to carry. It's like watching a group of teenagers trying to wear their grandfather's oversized suit. It looks expensive, it looks prestigious, but they keep tripping over the trousers because they just don't fit the era anymore. The infinite loop: hope, despair, sacking. Welcome to the Manchester United infinite loop, the most predictable horror story in modern sports. This isn't just a streak of bad luck. It is a perfectly engineered cycle of emotional destruction that has been running on repeat since 2013. If you look closely, you can actually see the 4 distinct stages of this madness. First, we have stage 1, the new dawn. A new manager arrives, usually wearing a sharp suit and carrying a vision that sounds like it was written by a TED Talk speaker. The fans immediately fall in love. They buy the scarves, they learn the chant, and after 2 wins in preseason against a local post office team in Thailand, someone on Twitter officially declares, "We are finally back." Then comes stage 2, the false hope. This is the cruelest part. The team actually plays well for 3 months. They beat Liverpool, they sign a superstar whose shirt sales break the internet, and for a brief moment, the ghost of Sir Alex smiles. The media starts writing articles about the tactical genius in the dugout. We all start looking at the Premier League table and doing math that ends with United lifting the trophy. But then, like clockwork, we hit stage 3, the Great Regression. It starts with a 0-0 draw at home against a team whose entire squad costs less than Marcus Rashford's left boot. The tactical genius suddenly looks like a man trying to fix a jet engine with a toothpick. The players stop running, the tactics become pass it to the winger and pray, and the post-match interviews turn into a series of excuses that would make a politician blush. The United way is replaced by the United why. Finally, we reach stage 4, the sacking and the reset. The atmosphere at Old Trafford turns toxic. The legends on TV start sharpening their knives. The manager is fired, given a massive payout, and replaced by a caretaker who was a substitute in 1999. The cycle resets, a new permanent manager is hired, and the fans, bless their hearts, look at the new guy and say, "This time, it's different." It is the infinite loop of a club that is trying to buy success without a soul and trying to find a future while staring at a rear-view mirror. It's a billionaire-funded hamster wheel where the only thing that actually moves is the manager's seat, while the club stays exactly where it has been for 11 years, 10 points behind the lead and 30 years into the past. The transfer graveyard. Buying famous names. If you are a world-class footballer looking for a quiet place to watch your market value evaporate and your career slowly fade into obscurity, look no further. Welcome to the Manchester United transfer graveyard. This is where the world's biggest names come to realize that a massive salary and a fancy social media announcement video cannot buy goals, assists, or a functioning midfield. For the last decade, United's transfer strategy has been less about scouting and more about celebrity hunting. They don't buy players who fit a system, they buy players who fit a billboard. They see a shiny name performing brilliantly in Spain or Germany and think, if we put that guy in a red shirt, surely the ghosts of 1999 will do the rest. But as it turns out, football isn't played by the marketing department. We've seen the same movie over and over. Angel Di Maria arrived like a savior and left like he just escaped a kidnapping. Alexis Sanchez came for the piano music and stayed for the bench, earning enough money per minute to buy a small island while doing absolutely nothing on the pitch. Paul Pogba spent 6 years in a constant state of almost being great, stuck between being a world-class playmaker and a professional hairstyle influencer. And then the ultimate sequel, Cristiano Ronaldo 2.0. A move that felt like getting back with your legendary ex-girlfriend, only to realize you're both older, grumpier, and she keeps complaining about the standards while you're just trying to survive a trip to Brentford. The graveyard effect is real. Players who look like Ballon d'Or contenders elsewhere suddenly arrive at Old Trafford and forget how to pass a ball 5 yards. Is it the pressure? Is it the lack of a tactical plan? Or is it just the fact that United keeps buying expensive Ferrari engines and trying to install them into a 1990s tractor? They collect icons like they're trading cards, but they forget that a team is a living organism, not a museum. At United, talent doesn't grow, it gets buried under the weight of a legendary shirt that is now 3 sizes too big for anyone wearing it. It's the only place on earth where you can arrive as a hero and leave as a meme, all while the club's bank account gets smaller and the trophy cabinet stays exactly the same, covered in the dust of 2013. The tragedy of Manchester United isn't that they lost their way. It's that they found a way they liked better back in 2013 and refused to leave. You can't build a future when your eyes are permanently glued to the rearview mirror. Sir Alex Ferguson didn't just leave a legacy. He accidentally created a prison of nostalgia that every successor has failed to break out of. Until the club accepts that the world has moved on, that tactics have evolved, and that a famous name doesn't guarantee a win against a well-drilled mid-table side, the infinite loop will continue. Old Trafford will remain a beautiful museum, but a very mediocre football pitch. It's time to stop asking, what would Sir Alex do? And start asking, what does football require in 2024? But hey, maybe next season really is the one. Or maybe we'll just be back here in 3 years talking about the next chosen one. What do you think? Is United's problem the owners, the managers, or the ghost of 2013? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, or Sir Alex might add 5 minutes of Fergie time to your workday. See you in the next breakdown.